Hello guys, Russ Krachun here, and I would like to invite you to Equine Education and Clinic, Mastering Leads and Lead Changes. In this introduction video, I would like to share with you my philosophy and methodology, and philosophy about my methodology, how to educate the horse to pick up correct lead when we travel on the walk, trot, and lope, so horse will understand how to be collected on his neck, shoulders, rib cage, and hind quarters. Travel without frustration in a forward motion when we picking up correct lead or changing the leads from the left to right or from the right to left, and horse maintain collection in a forward motion. Before we're going to start to educate the horse to travel on a correct lead, on the left lead or in the right lead, for us as educator it's critically important to understand leads and changing the leads. That's a coordination, and I repeat, and I really pay attention on this, it's a coordination in the horse body and a lot of confidence in his mental abilities, what we're going to transfer to his coordination, to his physical abilities without the frustration. So where are we actually going to start and how are we going to start to educate horse to travel in the forward motion in the correct lead? And where education begin? In my opinion, everything starts from the mental abilities and from the forward motion. And if horse not understand how to travel consistently on the walk, trot, and lope, without fear and frustration, the rest of the education will going to completely fall apart because fear already will going to be involved, and we're going to start to dominate the horse with different physical exercises by changing direction, disengage hindquarters, or etc. So horse will be submit to relaxation. But reality, horse will going to shut down mentally inside with fear, and you're going to hear only silence and not communication between the horse mental and physical abilities. So in this clinic, before we're going to start to educate any fancy performance riding education, leads and lead changes, I'm going to share with you how to develop consistency and understanding forward motion on a walk, trot, and lope. So in this clinic, we're going to talk a lot about, first of all, I'm going to share with you what consistent and consistently mean in the forward motion. Because if a horse don't have consistent forward motion, it means when I ask you to travel forward motion immediately and he not respond to this cue, that means frustration going to be involved already. And if you not understand immediate the cue, then consistently, never stop, gonna be involved frustration, horse gonna speed up and etc. So we're gonna talk a lot about when I squeeze, it means you have to travel and be relaxed. We don't concentrate right now on collection and etc. So it means when I ask you to travel forward motion, you have to travel forward motion without upsetness. And it's not really important even where a horse gonna travel. That's important to understand when I ask you to travel on the walk. So that's a cue for a walk. It means you have to travel on the walk. So I'm going to show you one more time. So say for example, if I stand with my horse here right now, right, and I ask him to travel on the loose rein, he immediately travels forward motion. That's consistent. And consistently, if I release the rein, I don't have to work with my legs to make him travel forward motion. My legs and his rib cage all the time, that's how we communicate with horse. And horse will gonna travel in the forward motion all the time. So that's critical important because after, if your horse cannot travel in the forward motion consistently, so he have a frustration already in fear in forward motion, when they're gonna start to change leads, fear already involved, then you're gonna have problem pick up correct lead or even changing leads. So that's a walk, right? So exactly the same that's gonna involve with trot. So if my horse cannot pick up consistent trot, they're gonna demonstrate right here, in a loose rein, we're not concentrating right now on collection, etc., then consistently gonna fall apart. And again, trot have to be, when I ask him to pick up the trot have to be very relaxed also, right? Because if trot not relax, when you pick up the trot, he raising head up in the air, he running through the trot, then it's already fear involved. Then we're gonna have problem with this speed, okay? So it's very important, first of all, develop consistent walk and travel around the perimeter or different exercises on the walk, different patterns in the walk. So horse will develop this relaxation in the walk. So when we're going to ask for a trot, we're going to practice, say, one pattern right now. When asking for a trot, we want to travel in the trot nice and relax in the loose rein. I don't have to concentrate on collection and guiding because we're developing the straight line all the time in the perimeter and the loose rein. So muscle memory developing, please travel and never stop. So that's a consistently. Again, if you're going to concentrate on collection right now or in the different cues, then you forget about forward motion, about consistently. So it's critical, important, develop the first of all forward motion and consistently in the forward motion in the loose rein and relax, and after that it's different education. In the loose rein, so if horse travel and ask him to pick up the lope, you have to pick up the lope and be very, very relaxed on this lope. He don't have to take it off and run very fast. So that's again very important to understand this. We're going to talk about this, how to develop this cue, how to teach horse to truly pick up this lope without upsetness. So when horse develop the consistent, we're going to develop this cue when horse pick up the lope and travel on this lope. Then we're going to teach him, we're going to talk about this, how to develop consistency on the lope, on the forward motion. If it's truly important to develop this with timing and relaxation and muscle memory and etc. So that's critical, important also with when you pick up the lope with your horse and horse continue traveling and be very consistent in this forward motion. So horse also, when he travel forward motion, he consistently traveling. And he, with his mental abilities, he traveling without frustration. He not try to lean inside, outside, getting upset, speed up. So that's a timing, increasing timing, and physical exercise, relaxation, and etc. So that's also very important when you're teaching the horse foundation, I better say, foundation exercises for the pick up correct lead, or we're going to change the leads, okay? I'm a strong believer communication with horse under saddle start from the horse neck and not from the horse mouth. And this education I learned actually by reading the book many years ago, by reading the book Dressage Principle of Francois Boucher, who he's a French horseman who discovered dressage riding, and he explained how to educate horse, communicate with horsemen by developing horse neck muscle from the left and right side of his body. And I just took my knowledge from my sport, from my fencing sport when I was a professional athlete and competed in a high level, and transfer this education, how to develop muscle memory from my sport, and I transfer to the horsemanship. So educate flexibility or any exercise in the horse education without pressure and release, everything timing in the physical exercise, and the most important, relaxation. Because I believe brain learning from the relaxation, not from the domination. Animal or human have to be happy to come back to the physical performance education, not to be afraid with fear or be very tired and sore and have a pain in the physical and mental abilities. So to educate horse to pick up correct lead, if horse not going to be flexible on the neck, in the forward motion, in the stay still first, and after we transfer forward motion, the walk, trot, and lope, then shoulders, rib cage, and hindquarters going to start to fall apart. We will never going to communicate with our horse through the muscles or the horse brain. In this clinic, I will show you how to develop neck muscle. Right now, we're going to use both reins, neck muscle, because we have to understand to ride horse on the right side of the horse body or on the left side of the horse body. We cannot ride two sides together. So right now, Slash riding his right side of his body, he's stretching his left side body, engaging his right side of his body. So, and right now what we're going to do, we're just developing neck muscle. So please, when you travel, use your neck muscle. Stretch your left neck muscle, engage your right neck muscle. When we're going to change direction, exactly the same. Use your engage your left neck muscle, and stretch your right neck muscle. And also be collect. So for lead changes, that's going to be critical, important for us to develop that. And for lead departure, if horse cannot do this on the walk, and he cannot use his neck muscle, and he is physically and mentally fighting with that, he cannot develop the physical abilities, that's going to be very hard to teach horse to change the lead, so pick up correct lead. So when horse done on the walk, we're going to practice exactly the same on the trot. Right here. Right now we're concentrating only on the neck muscle. So when he changing his direction, he using his neck muscle. He not speed up. He nice and relax. Right here. So we're going to work in the clinic, in this clinic, and learn how to develop neck muscles also, and be very confident with that. So when we're going to develop the neck muscle in the walk and in the trot, that's critical important to develop neck muscles on the lope. And exactly the same, horse have to, like in the previous steps I showed you, develop your forward motion. If horse not understand forward motion, you not understand the cue for the speed you desire, and you're going to start to develop the neck muscles, horse going to speed up and going to get upset because he not understand the speeds, then muscles will going to tense. He going to use his fear, he not going to relax his muscles, and it's going to be a big frustration. So when we go ask him for a lope, you have to pick up the lope, and we're going to use in the neck muscle and say, please stay in the forward motion and use your neck muscle when you travel the forward motion. So that's critical important also for the horse to develop that and be relaxed. We're going to do this for both sides, not only for one side. Horse have when we're going to teach the lead departure or change the leads, horse have to pick up and develop the neck muscles from the both sides, not only from one side. So he have to travel. You're using inside rein. So horse have to truly develop this and the forward motion, keep the shape, not because you're holding it there. He have to use the neck muscle on his own and stay still and relax. Very good, beautiful. So that's crucial, important, critical, important also for the lead departures. So if he's not understand the speeds and he cannot develop neck muscle, then he's going to start to elevate his neck. He's going to hollow his back. He's not going to engage his hindquarters. We're going to have more problem in the future. So that's a critical important to do that. When we're going to develop, and I share with you methodology how to develop the horse neck muscles from the left and right side in different speeds. We're going to go back to the shoulders, and I'm going to explain you how to develop flexibility in the horse shoulders by using the neck muscle in the walk, trot, and lope. It's critical important because if you want to pick up correct lead and we cannot move shoulder to the left or to the right and keep horse be collected in the neck, we're going to lose hindquarters. Horse going to crossfire or pick up wrong lead and run through this bridle because muscles of the neck going to be stiff and etc. So it's very important to develop, first of all, neck muscles, after develop the shoulders, and use this methodology, neck and shoulders, to teach horse to pick up correct lead in the future. So when we develop the forward motion, we develop neck muscle of the horse, and horse understand the guiding, we have to teach the horse to change the shoulders and be flexible in the shoulders, and the walk, and the trot, and in the lope, because lead departure and we can do on the walk, trot, and lope, and lead changes we have to do in the different speeds also. So if I cannot move the shoulders on the walk to the left, to the right, then I cannot engage hindquarters. Then I cannot pick up correct lead. Okay, and again, previous education, if you not understand travel forward motion, if you're flexible in the neck, then shoulders going to start to fall apart. All right, and if you not understand my legs in the previous education, everything going to start to fall apart. So right now I'm going to pick up my left rein and say, move your left shoulder to the right. On the walk, pick up, move your shoulder to the right. So I'm going to do exactly the same with right shoulder, move your shoulder to the left. So anytime I pick up this rein, I say move your shoulder to the right. So when I go to the right, I just say move your left shoulder to the right. Exactly the same, move your shoulder to the left. So horse have to be very relaxed on this education when he changing the shoulders. And again, using his neck muscle. It's all about muscle memory. It's not about the pressure and release. I will share with you how to develop physical exercises and develop muscle memory with the physical exercises, and how and when you have to reward the horse from the physical exercise, not from the pressure and release. Pressure and release is just discomfort in particular moment. Pressure and release cannot develop muscle memory. It's only physical exercise, actually physical work developing muscle memory. But teaching the brain relaxation. Because if we're going to continue practicing, we're damaging the brain. So we have to know when relaxation involved, how to relax, and why he wants to come back to this education. I said, can you move your shoulders here? And can you move your shoulders right here? So everything right now, because if I want to pick up, I'm going to give you an example right now. So if I want to pick up the right lead right now, move the shoulder, and I'm going to pick up the right lead. So shoulder helped me so much to move the shoulders to the opposite direction and engage the hindquarters. So that's what's going to help a lot to animal to shape the body proper way and pick up the correct. So when he'll open to the right, I'm going to say move your left shoulder to the right. Again, loping to the right, he in the right lead. I'm going to say move your left shoulder to the right. Again, come back with neck muscle, say lop, change. So he's going to change the lead and use the neck muscle and the shoulders. Move your shoulder. When we're going to accomplish education and develop flexibility in the horse neck muscles from the left and right side, and develop flexibility on the horse shoulders on the walk, trot, and lop, we're going to start to concentrate on the horse hindquarters. We're going to teach horse how to, I will share with the methodology, how to teach horse to engage hips in the forward motion on the walk, trot, and lop, engage inside the hips from the left and right side of his body without fear and frustration. And how we're going to develop a sequence of the methodology so he can mentally understand, use the neck, use the shoulders, use the hindquarters. So very important in this clinic, I will share with you so you can understand the sequence of methodology, how we're going to teach this horse to engage the hindquarters on the open space. So he can mentally understand without the fear to engage in using the physical abilities and flexibility of his body and balance and coordination, because a lot of coordination in this exercise to engage his hindquarters. Because we can put the horse against a wall and bring the nose inside and disengage or engage hindquarters inside, but we're losing the forward motion on the shoulders. We're losing the collection on the neck. So it's critically important to educate horse in the open space to understand how to use sequence of education of the different exercises, combine them together. So horse will develop this relaxation in the forward motion and learn how to engage the hindquarters on walk, trot, and lop. It's very important to teach horse to engage the hindquarters. And again, that's already where it's going to begin the change in the pick up correct lead and changing the leads. So anytime when I asking my horse to move the shoulder, without the shoulders, we will never going to engage the hindquarters. And in this clinic, I will show you how to teach that. So horse on the loose rein, staying and changing, like here, holding the shape and engaging hindquarters and travel in the forward motion. In this clinic, I'm going to talk to you about the collection and how to develop collection in the forward motion and keep this collection. That's critically important. Keep this collection when we asking horse pick up left or right lead in the forward motion, on the walk, on the trot, and the lop. And everything starts from the very, very slow speed from the walk. Because if when horse travel in forward motion, say for a walk, and engaging hindquarters inside and keep this collection, and you ask him to travel forward motion, and he raising his head up in the air, he doesn't understand physically and mentally how to keep this shape in the forward motion. Lead change is going to start to fall apart because previous education not accomplished proper way. He will not develop, I better say, his physical abilities. So any lead departure on the walk to the left or the right, or in the trot to the left or the right, or in the lope to the left and the right, horse still have to keep the shape, be collected, and pick up in a very soft and deliberate forward motion without a fear, upsetness, and not run through this bridle and control their mental abilities. So when I engage in hip to the right and ask him to pick up the trot, that's a lead departure in the trot, nice and collected, and horse using the spine, horse using the neck, hips, and he travel forward motion. So we're going to talk about how to develop the lead departure also in the trot, how to develop this neck muscle. So exactly the same here. If I ask him to pick up the hip to the left, and I ask him to pick up the trot, he picking up lead departure in the trot, again without elevating the neck. And for me, it's critically important when you teach your horse to pick up lead departure in the lope, horse using all his body, and he's not bursting from this lead departure. He's not jumping forward. He actually pick up nice and collected, not soft, not flexible, collected lope. You can feel under saddle how hindquarters pushing you forward, but he's so round and he is back, he elevate you almost feel like a cloud and travel forward motion and keeping his neck. So if he cannot pick up lead departure like that, then lead change is going to be again with a lot of hollow back, throwing head up in the air, and etc. And we're going to do a lot of demonstration on this and repetitions on a physical exercise. So if I ask you to pick up the lope, you pick up nice and relaxed lope, and you continue loping in a nice relaxed manners. So lead departure, it's a critical important to develop this neck muscle. Develop this neck muscle with horse when you pick up lead departure. So horse not elevating the back, and he just pick up nice and very, very, very flexible and collected in the forward motion. Okay, and continue maintain the same speed when he travels. Maintain the same speed, so he's not pick up just a lope and start to run. He's collected and continue maintain the speed. We will talk how to educate horse to change leads on the walk, trot, and lope. I will share with you how important to understand when we're riding horse, to understand which side of the horse we're riding. Left side of the horse we're riding or right side of the horse we're riding, because it's not possible to ride horse by using two sides together. When we educate the horse to ride or we're riding the horse, we truly have to understand which side we're riding the horse, left or right side of the horse. It's going to be much easier for us in the future to educate horse to change leads or pick up correct lead. I will share with you some exercises while we develop horse relaxation. So horse, we're going to prepare, better say, horse mental abilities to change the leads with many different exercises, so he can use his brain and his physics with relaxation when he's going to start to change leads, not to run forward, not getting upset. We're going to break everything on a small sequence of the physical exercises to have a very good success in the walk, trot, and lope when horse will going to start to change leads for us. So when horse engage in hindquarters, he also have to engage to the right, engage to the left. That's a lead changes already right here. Engage to the right, engage to the left, engage to the right. So if he cannot change in leads on the walk, and he frustrated, he not using neck muscle, he running through this bridle, that's going to be a problem changing on the trot. Because emotionally already upset. So engaging hindquarters is critical important, develop before you're going to start to change the leads. So on the trot, changing the leads, critical important also, before we're going on the lope. So he have to change the leads on the trot also. Very good, baby. Thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to share my philosophy and methodology in this clinic, Equine Education Clinic, Mastering Lead and Lead Changes, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.